Driver.
Entry.
Set. Fuel on. Get ready for boost and magnum. Ready, fight.
Hello everyone, this is Psycho Rider Rage here, bringing you some more Kamen Rider Geats news in episode 2. And it's pretty interesting today on episode 2. We actually get now 26 riders this time. Obviously episode 1 they showed 36 riders that died out of it, and we had our main 3. This time, as you can see, 26 riders this time, and they all got chosen in the episode today, which is pretty interesting how they got chosen. Obviously, episode 1, at the end, they shows her giving everyone things. But it's interesting that they picked the same 2 riders that survived the first one, the first game, which is Kamen Rider Geats and Kamen Rider Buffa. Buffa. Did I say that right? Buffa? Buffo? No, yeah, Buffa. Sorry. I get confused on that. And then obviously today we get introduced to the other rider, which is Deepan, Mary, Jinpin, Tycoon. But no, that's it. And the other 2. What else am I missing? Nago? There it is. Forgot about her. But yeah. It's pretty interesting how we have it today. Obviously we have other riders the same as like last time. Obviously that's a giraffe. Interesting seeing a giraffe there. What else do we got that's unique? Is that a gazelle? Or a deer? Yeah, it is. Cool. We got a baboon? That's crazy. So we obviously have different riders of different animal types, but it's kind of crazy to see some of them that we haven't seen yet. Gazelle. Interesting. But yeah, obviously, we find out things. We find out things that are pretty interesting that we meet the riders. Now, they all go into the zone and, well, they fight. Obviously, they fight first, but they first go into the zone to fight the, I guess they're considered minions, goons, the usual stuff. And they fight each one and they get certain items from them. The boxes, depends on the items. Obviously, Geats wind up getting the water rise buckle. Jinpin picked up the arrow rise buckle. I think Nago and Mary got the shield rise buckle. Nago got the hammer rise buckle. Obviously, Dapan picked up the magnum form. Buffa picked up the zombie one, of course. And Tycoon got the rise buckle, which is very interesting. We'll talk about the rise buckle in a bit. Pretty interesting the way to start off this stuff. They got the items. Obviously, they fought. Once they got it, they want to be into where the connoisseur is at. And we find out that out of 26 riders, 7 survived. So a lot of people died. A lot. Interesting, though. Very interesting. As you can see here, this is when they got into the zone. They all henshin and they all start fighting. So it doesn't look just like the picture, but they all put their rise buckles and they all fight. Now, it's a very interesting story that happens with Tycoon and Jinpin. Obviously, we know that Jinpin was the interviewer that interviewed Tycoon in episode 1. And we find out that, well, he's trying to fight to win to help his son, who is very sick at the hospital. I don't know what he has exactly. I'm waiting for the subs to find out when they put the subs. But he's in critical condition. He's in the hospital. And he wants to win for he could at least have his son be alive again. Or get cured from what he has. Obviously, money's tight. And they fight against one of the stronger minions. And everyone splits up. Now, I do want to talk about Mr. Dapan. And he gives me that whole Kamen Rider Gams Michi vibe. Like, Michi was obviously known as the Judas of Gams. And I feel like this new character, Datpan, feels like that. A younger guy who's ambition to probably win. Do whatever it takes to win. It's just the vibes he gives me for the next episode kind of indicates that. Like, he doesn't care. He just wants to win. He doesn't not care about making friends or helping as a team. If there is team-based. But, obviously, Jinpin does die in this episode. He fights with the arrow form and gets beat to the point where his core gets cracked. And Tycoon's there and holds him there before he dies. Like, we know that Tycoon wants world peace. So maybe after seeing Ginpen died, he probably wants to change. Maybe, I don't know. I got the feeling like he probably wants something to happen at the end. If depending on Elias's, the theory that I have, that maybe at the end it's gonna be down to Geats and Tycoon, and Tycoon probably wants everyone that has died to come back. Sorry about that. But yeah, we do find out things about that, which we also find out about the Rise Buckle. So as we see in this scene, pretty much the Rise Buckle could be used only once. Tycoon had it, but Geats was fighting the stronger minion, and he pretty much told him to Tycoon to give him the Rise Buckle. He put it on, and obviously he fights with the Rise Buckle. That's like a very powerful power up for him. And he obviously switches it to use the kick, and I like that. And I like that whatever form they have combined with it, that's the power they have. So this time he used the Rise Buckle combined with the water to do his Fox finishing move, which is like a watery typhoon water kind of punch, which is pretty cool. And we find out that the Rise Buckle could be used once and only once, whoever has it. So it's kind of like a special ability kind of thing, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like Apex, when you find a red weapon, you're going to use whatever it is until it's done. But yeah. So obviously after the whole thing ends, we find out that pretty much a rider dies, they stay dead. Now I don't know I want to wait for the subs to see what Tycoon says at the end with the, I guess she's the head game master. Game master, yeah. But my question is, I know Geats still remembers everything, but does Buffa remember anything? He seems like he does, but then again, I don't know for sure. I know Nago doesn't remember Tycoon. But yeah, but obviously as we see here, I got the feeling the next character that's gonna die next is either Mary or Daipan. Most likely. I don't know for sure. Obviously he's gonna focus on our four main core riders, which is Geats, Tycoon, Nago, and Buffa. But don't know for sure if the other two would die soon. Obviously they show us here what weapons they use. Obviously Tycoon gave the boost to Geats. But I find it very fascinating that Buffa always finds that zombie attachment, the Rise Buckle. Also, we gotta look at our first, obviously, the intro song, and I love the intro. It's very catchy. I like it. Not a big fan of certain rewind ones like Saber. Saber was pretty awful. I did love Live Devil. So this one I do like too. 01 is okay. It's catchy, but it's not hype for me. But what do you guys think of episode 2? Because I know episode 3 we're going to focus on Geats and Nago. And then the conversation between Buffa and Dapan is very interesting too. We find out what maybe dark motives with Dapan. But what do you guys think of episode 2? I want to hear your guys' opinion. What's your thoughts so far on the Geats 1 and 2 episodes so far? Comment down below. This is Psycho Rider Rage saying peace.